Sverige. We are, like Maddie, who is not here today, currently on our journeys learning how to say Sverige. I think I'm doing pretty good.
Sverige.
Sverige. I remember when I first read it, I was like, Sverige. I'm so sorry to the people of Sweden. I'm so sorry. Anyway, welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the tea in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. We're drinking crack tea. I made a new one, and I really don't like it, but I made it, so I'm going to drink it. I made the mistake of putting in grape. Mind you, I had already put in cherry, pomegranate, and blue raspberry. So I was like, okay, grape feels safe. Everything else will just drown it out. No, not in the slightest. Not even close. So it's fine. It's going to keep me caffeinated, and that's about all it's going to do.
The Queendom is in shambles right now. The Queendom is in Naomi shambles because of this episode, but you can still call me the Queen of the Admira Thunderpussy. Well, Justice, the Virgo Vixen of New York, and today we are finally drinking bubbly, sparkling water. You know, all while I'm still waiting for my cup to be coming in soon.
Link in the bio.
And I am Aneesa Long, also known as Sam DMV, also known as Sam de Monteverde, your fellow friendly 5'3" trans non-binary Filipino Canadian mentally unstable hot mess hailing all the way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Scarborough if you want to be specific, Burn if you want to be more specific than that. And today I have in my lovely The Cup mug. Link is in the bio. I have lovely, I make sure to keep the can, bubbly sparkling water.
I feel so left out without my bubbly sparkling water. One of these days, I'll just show up with a House of Love cocktail and be like, "Ha, fuck you all."
Just peach flavored. Am I doing this?
That's one of my goals of DragCon is to purchase a House of Love cocktail.
I heard from fellow friend of the podcast they were that those House of Love cocktails are strong.
Yeah, they're strong from what I heard.
I'm excited for September because I could legally buy House of Love after the moment September hits.
They're very expensive, so don't get something else. But
wait, you're 20?
Yes. Oh my god, you're 20?
Actually, not even the youngest person on our podcast. Technically, it's still Rhea.
Rhea.
I thought Rhea was 2001.
No, Rhea's 19.
Holy shit, okay. Anyways.
We're learning today. Also, Sam made it back to Drag Race! Yay!
I think this is my first ever Sverige episode.
It is.
I finally caught up. I had some time off.
Life has been lifing, as Lana and I were saying the other day. Life has been lifing.
Life will always be lifing. And, you know, I'm getting a lot of stuff together, or at least trying to, especially because I will be leaving for not the cup, although I can't make any promises.
Wow. No, I'm kidding.
No, it depends on what happens within the end of the month. I will be going to the UK for a certain yearly events, which might not be able to take place in the UK for another few years, I would assume. But I don't want to assume.
Dragfest?
No.
Sure.
Eurovision.
You could say there's some drag.
There will be drag.
Eurovision is gay as hell and I live.
No, confirmed in the second semifinal. In the interval act, there will be drag queens. So
there sure are. I don't know who they are yet, but
none of us do. But we're not here to talk about any of that. We're here to talk about episode 6, the makeover challenge, which I thought honestly overall was fine.
I feel like with this is kind of an homage to the OG season 1 of Drag Race because they did have fighters as the makeover subjects.
Okay.
But you have men.
I know Logan knows what I'm thinking.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Because
What?
Logan and I talked about this last night. I don't know the history of Mr. Robin Bankston. However, last time I checked, I thought he was a singer, not a. Anyways,
we'll talk about Robin Bankston because it's just like I don't understand what the fuck happened. Will, I'm not sure if you're aware of this info, so there's some tea for you.
I have ADHD, so I forget shit a lot. So
We'll talk about it later.
We'll
but
talk about
Sam,
yes.
what have you thought of Sverige so far this season?
It's okay. The cast I enjoy.
Mhm.
I think it's a couple of the decisions, and I messaged Logan on Snapchat about it a couple times, especially in the first episode.
Yes.
mm-hmm.
Where I thought there's a certain queen who I feel like personally has been given way too many chances.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well,
she's done now, so
Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah. This season has been interesting, and we come back into the workroom, and Fontana Sex Machine, who I thought was a front runner.
I also thought she was a front runner.
we all thought she was a front runner. So
Yeah.
Well, I will say Fontana did win that lip sync. However, that shouldn't have been the bottom. I thought. I don't know. I thought Antonina should have been in the bottom.
I really didn't. I honestly, truly think Antonina should have been in the top.
I don't remember my result. I don't remember what I said at that very moment. However, what I am thinking is, shit. Never mind.
No, I really, honestly, I thought all the choices actually were correct, except I would have swapped Vanity and Antonina.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I really, honestly, I thought Antonina, I didn't like her runway whatsoever, and I have liked very few of her runways. But I honestly, her character in the girl group was one of the strongest for me.
I guess that's okay. You know, now that I think of it, yes, her character did shine through, and I feel like that probably what saved her.
Yeah, I think so.
I guess in that virtue, yes, Fontana and Fontana being in the bottom is correct.
Also, how much did you live for Lorraine?
Just Lorraine?
Well,
Elias too. Live.
Oh, obviously Tona Sekelius.
No,
And
I was living for Lorraine and Tona Sekelius.
I'm still mad that we haven't gotten more Kaio this season.
I know she's only been in what, like 2 of 6 episodes?
And they've like mentioned her, like, or them.
I'm also just like, I'm still incredibly frustrated that she was not there for the Eurovision inspired girl group challenge when she's gone to Eurovision too.
This is her thing. Why is Swedish Ross Matthews there?
Oh my god.
We walk back into the workroom the next day, and Swedish Ross Matthews walks in, and I was like, "Where's Fuchs? Where is Fuchs? I need to see him."
I think maybe I think Forever probably pulled a Nicole Scherzinger and locked Robert Fuchs in the closet like Melody Thornton style. And this is no shade to Nicole Scherzinger. I love her work down. However, I think Forever was a shady person. And you could fool me with that whole gung-ho, I'm very excited attitude because you are extra as hell and so am I. However, I'm real and you're not.
And I oop. So Farah walks in and announces the mini challenge for the week, which is a throwback to season 11 of Drag Race.
I love this mini challenge.
I love this mini challenge too. So it's the try to get in to the club, but the bouncer is not letting you in challenge. I don't know if there's a formal name.
I don't know if there's a formal name, but I love that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So what did we think?
It wasn't okay. Looking back at season 11's version, it had some amazing moments.
Mhm.
Personally, one of my favorite parts was Mercedes.
Multiples.
Yes,
Look at these.
and then of course Silky.
Just walking in.
Just walking in,
I
Raja
really
with her
love,
good fur.
and then Nina West, obviously.
And then Rue just shaded her being like, "You need some dental work" or something like that.
Yeah,
All I remember from this was Fontana and titties again.
So Fontana decides to be Kaolina Slutmilk. And I'm going to be really honest, I think she should have won the mini challenge based
Me
solely
too.
on the fact that she was Kaolina Slutmilk.
Yeah.
Like,
Fontana walked out of the set of Doja Cat's Move video and said, "You know what? Let me go to this Kyle show tonight because she's performing. Let me in."
Wow.
oh my god. I think my two favorites were Fontana as well as Admira. She's like, I don't have the hair for it, but
These queens are so goofy.
the fact that she was able to keep that tone of voice the whole time, I was just like, how the fuck?
I think what I remember was just Antonina being Antonina, the goofiest version.
Goofy. We
wait,
brought Goofy back.
Wait, Goofy was a queen before?
France is on the horizon, so we have to remind ourselves how goofy everyone is.
Especially how goofy Nikki Dull was.
Yeah.
The goofiness of Nikki Doll. so goofy.
No, you know what's crazy?
We're gonna have to get Goofy shirt, like merch.
Goofy
That's gonna have to be
Goofy.
Oh wait, no, I like her. She's fine.
Wait, who's
Fine.
Goofy?
On Belgique.
Luffy.
Oh, Luffy.
Not Goofy.
Bye-bye. Hi.
You see how much we remember Drag Race Belgique?
I mean, Belgique has some goofy people as well.
Not Rita Bega. Anyway,
I'm excited for
Back to
Sverige, and
Elecktra wins the mini challenge as the stalker character. I thought it was fine.
It was okay, but I think the titties were better.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Kaolina Slutmilk.
Kaolina Slutmilk.
You know,
Come through Kaolina Slutmilk.
It's just something about the girls and the titty recently that I've been living for. I think it's because of S titties. I think it's because of other girls who are wearing breastplates, Fontana particularly.
I noticed that too. Was it Admira, Elecktra, and Vanity were all wearing breastplates?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I know I messaged Logan this, but I must say it right here on the pod, Elecktra or Vanity or Santana. There might be more, or Indigo. If any of y'all are out there watching this,
well, I will get to meet Indigo while you're in the UK. I'm gonna be at DragCon. I'm praying Fontana and Admira get confirmed for DragCon, because right now out of Sverige it's only Indigo, and I'm praying.
I mean, imagine I would live to see Admira on the Winner's Walk with Drag Gwen, possibly Sasha Colby, or possibly Lex Nora London, or possibly Aneesa, or possibly
Mistress Isabel Brooks,
or possibly Wintergreen,
or possibly Princess Ploopy.
No. Or possibly Aneesa.
So, and then recently confirmed for DragCon as well as Mo Hart. So I'm very thrilled that I'm going to get to meet Mo Hart.
Go Mo.
Excited. Anyway, enough about my DragCon experiences. We are going to move on to the Maxi Challenge of the Week, which is the Makeover Challenge. We are making over MMA fighters. And I was like, oh, this is cute. This is lovely. And then they all walked in and I said,
wait a minute.
So, Admira's makeover partner,
Robert Bengtson, aka Starrina Thunderpussy.
Yeah. So and it's not mentioned at all in the episode. I went back and watched the whole episode last night with my roommate. Not mentioned at all, ever. fun fact, Will, he has represented Sweden at Eurovision.
This is a very Eurovision season, and this is a very Eurovision year.
Well, Sweden is a very Eurovision country. They are, I think they have the best track record of any country at Eurovision.
No, they don't.
Oh?
Ukraine.
Oh, well, okay. That's because Ukraine's been around for less time.
That, as well as them being the only country to have yet to like not qualify.
Oh yeah, they've never not qualified.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Robin Bankston represented Sweden at Eurovision in 2017.
So he's an MMA fighter and he represented Eurovision.
I guess
he's an MMA fighter.
So
he's giving Hannah Montana.
So literally. So we got 5th at Eurovision with I Can't Go On. I Can't Go On.
It's fucking beautiful. I don't know.
And he has these like he's known for these like treadmills because his entire choreography was done on treadmills.
Oh wow.
And then I remembered as well, Sam, he competed at Melfest last year.
He did compete at Melfest.
And we hated his song. But I was like, why are we not? Because clearly, I'm going to assume at the very least, Antonina knows who he is. Because Antonina was the biggest Eurovision fan ever.
Yeah, she seemed the most passionate about the Eurovision.
And so I'm like, did he just ask not to be like mentioned about that? I'm just like, I feel like if you're gonna have Laureen on your previous episode and you have Tona Sakelius in episode 2, why are we not mentioning that Robin's also here and also went to Eurovision? It confused me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
My guess is probably because he's a straight man.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so for winning the mini challenge, Elecktra gets to pair everybody off. I felt like she was very fair with the way that she distributed people.
Yeah, it's not like
they had an advantage.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Will. Sorry.
I mean, at least it's not like with the teachers incident where certain decisions were made out of spite and sabotage.
Yeah.
Right.
Emphasis on sabotage.
Yeah. I felt like Elecktra really went for kind of what I call kind of the Kendall gender approach, where it's like, oh, this week we're gonna make it's not about us, it's about them because we want this experience to be good for them.
No shade. What's so special about MMA fighters? What's so special about MMA fighters? Maybe it's because I'm too queer and don't understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. But yeah, so we get the bulk of the episode really is them in the workroom. We see everybody talking. Fontana's partner is struggling, and we get a lot of focus on Fontana, and I do not remember this man's real name, but Roxanne.
Anthony Yeet.
Work. So we get a lot of focus on Fontana and her partner. And immediately I was like, well, fuck, Fontana's going home. Like, immediately I was like...
Well, I'm
not ready to lose her.
I will say I do remember, like, moments from Antonina as well, being like, oh, yeah, we're gonna do something totally different that maybe the other kind of duos aren't gonna bring. And that's a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it later, but...
Oh, we sure will. Yeah, so there's a lot of struggle busing. There are buses and people are struggling on them. The only real, like, intimate moment we got was
Fontana.
Was that this episode?
I feel like I thought it was because it was.
Well, so Fontana and her partner have a moment where he was like, yes. I was homophobic, and then I had a friend who was gay, and I was like, no, like they're fighting for more than just like visibility, and I thought that was really fun to bring up because it's honestly it's nice to hear from a straight person. Like, we hear it from us all the time, but it's really nice to hear from a straight person.
It's nice to hear straight allies talk.
Pose, Valentina.
Ally.
Hi. But yeah, so there's also the other moment when they're getting ready where Vanity is talking to her partner, and it's kind of a rehashing of things we had heard before in Trauma Mirror segments. We had heard this exact story, I think, a couple of weeks ago, but Vanity's talking about how, yeah, I am absolutely petrified of a locker room. I cannot go into locker rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And her partner was just like, that's absolutely wild. Like, I can't understand what you're dealing with, but I definitely like sympathize with it. And I thought overall the guys did a really good job of like being sympathetic and understanding and accepting the experience, to the point that Fontana's partner shaves off his eyebrows.
Oh, well.
There was a lot of talk of.
Well, at least somebody shaved their eyebrows.
Shave off the eyebrows.
Sorry.
But I found that really crazy as well.
What's with everybody trying to shave people's eyebrows? Like, we have the same thing with Mistress and Madam Thing.
It's easier to do makeup.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to cover, you don't have to glue anything down. It's all that. And yeah. So, shall we talk about the looks?
We shall.
Work.
Category
So,
is
Dream
Dream Sisters.
With guest judge Caroline Helt from Iconopop.
I did not know they were Swedish.
I did.
I didn't know they were Swedish either. I knew they were European, not Swedish.
I did, and knowing what I know now about the Swedish music industry, everything makes sense. like it sounds like it sounds like songs that like probably are written in the same camp as like Melody Festival songs. Let's be real. Full tea. Let's just be honest here. But yes. So, boom. First up, we have Vanity Vane and Nikita Vane.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was solid. It's to me. To me, it came off as just quintessential Vanity.
Mm-hmm.
Doing Vanity like Vanity does Vanity.
Yeah.
I find this so basic.
I don't know how, we'll get to results later. I don't know
we
how
will talk about results.
I don't know how she got the placement she got. Maybe Fuchs was on a coffee enema that day.
Well, Kaio Ciccone wasn't there to balance out Fuchs, so it was all just chaos, and then Caroline Helt.
Chaos, honey. Chaos.
Right.
I think they look fine. I think Vanity looks really good. I think Nikita looks bad. The wig is not styled properly. The bodysuit looks like it doesn't fit. There were holes in Nikita's
I did in the tights, right?
Yeah, the whole fishnet was the word I was thinking of.
Fishnets.
I saw the
tights and they were ripped. Like, what? I think the makeup is good, but the rest of it doesn't really like stack up for me.
It's not giving.
Yeah, now that I see like Nikita bend over and kind of squat and kind of pick up, it doesn't look good.
Mm-mm. It's not stunning. Vanity's package for me has been hit or miss this entire season.
Truly hit or miss.
Yeah. I would have liked to see Nikita wearing wearing boots as well. Because she was just wearing like a pump. Meanwhile, like Vanity's wearing like thigh highs or whatever. Like boots.
Yeah. It did not all come together, and I feel like there was someone else who was more polished. And I'm really trying not to be biased in this situation because
you're right. Yeah.
We'll talk about Admira very shortly, but like I felt like there was like There were a couple people who were more polished than Vanity was.
Yeah.
But any other thoughts, or should we go to scores?
I felt like they, sold it somewhat well.
The performance on the runway was good. I'll give them that. The performance on the runway was good.
Performance was good.
I still don't know what the characters were on this episode.
We'll talk about it at the end because I have a theory. But scores, Sam.
Oh, I'm gonna say my cup is at like a. Now that I see this look again, a 65.
65 as well.
It's gonna be a 70, and most of that is because Vanity looks very good.
Okay.
This is the only good screenshot I could have pulled for Admira Thunderpussy and Starrina Thunderpussy.
Why is Vegas social media not posting photos of the looks?
Why is Sverige using double the amount of stage lighting that they should be?
Y'all are a great franchise, however. Go ahead. No, you go ahead, Aneesa. You've been gone for too long. I'm gonna let you have the floor.
This is your moment. Have it.
I didn't mean to be shady. I meant it to be congenial.
No, you did. I meant to be shady.
No, but it's the rays of light that just obstruct their looks. I will say, though, I do really like kind of the backlighting on their looks because at least it's like, you get kind of the silhouette of the puffy sleeves, but then you can also see kind of their arms through it. So I thought that was really cool. Like, I feel like this look as a whole is very well executed. And I wasn't necessarily, like, mad at the presentation either. It was just, it felt very polished. And I guess that's just, I guess the complaint was that, they know Admira to be polished. So it was just like, oh, predictable, I guess. I don't know why. We'll talk about it later, but I don't know why.
I feel like they needed to put her in the bottom or low at some point, and I'm just like, no, you didn't need to.
Out of all the queens that need vulnerability, this is not who needs vulnerability.
No.
I'm frustrated because this was very clearly the second best makeover of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, in my opinion, sorry, Will.
No, you're good. I'm trying to collect my thoughts. Go ahead.
I feel like in terms of looks, the look itself, I feel like they had the best makeover.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will agree. I think they had the best transformation and the second best performance.
Yes, performance is another story, which we'll talk about, but yeah.
Okay, now I have my thoughts gathered. Sverige, y'all are lazy with y'all's branding and advertisement because the fact that we haven't gotten any like professional photos of the looks, like what's going on? Because Belgique gets it out quick. World of Wonder Europe gets it out quick. Tres Player gets it out quick. Like, what's going on? Other than that, these are amazing looks. I love me a puff sleeve. Mother looks great as always. This is a great transformation. This could have been in the top. I don't know what's going on with these characters, and that's all I would say on that.
Honestly, go ahead, Tim.
I also noticed a very small detail, but the feathers actually match with the skirt. Mm-hmm. I find that's such a really cool thing.
And I loved that Starrina was wearing the skirt, and then Admira's were pants.
Yeah.
I loved that. I thought that was so smart.
The Bratz wear pants.
Bratz wear pants? Well, they do.
They wear pants. Do.
I don't remember what I was going to say, but it's fine. Words? No. Scores.
I'll go first, I guess, and give this, like, a 90.
This is going to be a 90.
Make that 3 90s. I do remember what I was going to say. Honestly, I would have been less upset had it been a top 3 and a bottom 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's where I'm at. But oh boy, Jesus Christ. Next up is Antonina Nutshell and Angela Nutshell.
Angela not show that thing kind of was. I hate it here. Why did I say that?
If she don't do that at the Tonys, I'm gonna be upset.
She's making a new version of it, isn't she?
I think
No,
so.
she is.
She is.
I love that bitch.
And she's doing it too.
Angela Nutshell did the thing.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I think Antonina is a very talented drag artist that has a lot to provide the drag scene both in Sverige and the UK.
Mm-hmm.
However, Lucy.
However, Antonina,
I just don't think she was ready for Drag Race.
No.
I mean, maybe RuPaul would have loved her. RuPaul loves a campy comedy queen with not so great package, as we've seen with a certain member of Frock Destroyers and a couple of other girls.
But I feel like Michelle Visage would like read the fuck out of the looks.
Oh, she would.
Oh, absolutely.
And then someone still get a low placement.
I enjoy that they took inspiration from. I enjoy that they had some divine inspiration. However, the execution. Oh my god! And it looks like the wigs are lifting.
Why? Okay. Why on this runway, when it's supposed to be family resemblance, are you going to say, oh, I'm just not going to do my own classic makeup whatsoever, and I'm going to do an inspiration to divine?
You could have done that another week.
I'm just going to say this now, and Antonina, I adore you, and I think you're a lovely human, and, like, thank you for being on Drag Race, and, like, thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for being there. I'm pleading, and I'm so sorry. I don't want to do that, but I feel like I have to.
She said that. On a positive note, since I'm kind of in my congenial era now, I've wasted much of my hateful energy on Rita Baga, Ferraro Goff, and Princess Bloopy. And production and every single bitch that has been nasty and shady and rude towards the queens as of recently. But now that I'm in my congenial era, I would like to say this. Antonina, you were a great light on the show. We, as usual, we need some goofy queens to, spice things up. Goofy. I'm so glad that you bring a level of camp and humor and stupidity to the workroom and the runway. And I'm glad that we had some big girl representation. And I'm glad that you share your story because there are plenty of survivors out there. And it's fucking hard, of course, for queer people, especially trans people, since late in the 80s and even up to now. Not only going on a tangent, you are a very goofy queen. You are a survivor. Shout out Reba.
Is she a single mom that works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops? Honestly, in this wig, yes.
In this wig, yes. However, looks have to be fierce. I know we're not scores here, but I'm also pleading.
Antonina did her partner very dirty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. Ooh. I will say I actually really like Angela's shoes. Maybe not for this look, but I like her shoes.
The shoes.
I hate. Yeah, like I get what she's going for. The whole like business women, executed horribly. The pink like satin fabric was not ironed well enough or steamed well enough. I don't even know if they steamed it.
Maybe she has the same issues as our girl Titi's. Who else? Maybe it's the same issue with like some of our favorite queens. They don't have the budget but they have these like amazing concepts, yet they don't have the budget or resources for a great execution.
Oh yeah, rest in power.
Yeah.
No, this is. Ooh. I think I'm also gonna plead. Antonina Nutshell, I love you, and your cat is goofy.
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 But yeah, I'm also gonna plead the Pomar fifth, and I have not done that in a while. So
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Let's talk about Elecktra and Perfecta.
Perfecta.
Interesting name.
Interesting runway.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Diamond.
I did not like what Perfecta was wearing at all.
What is this?
Neither did I. Ooh.
What the fuck is this? The construction. We know Elecktra is not the best seamstress, but Muma, oh Lord,
With the ripped threads at the end.
it's like Perfecta is wearing an adequate bodysuit on her body.
Made of materials that are on her body.
Fashion? No.
No.
Stunning?
No.
On her body?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tia Coffee, I'm so sorry that I did not get your iconic monologue right. I will deal with the summons that you will give me later on.
I think you've got plenty of time to learn that monologue, Will Justice. Let's just say that.
Yes.
This is bad.
This is like failed fringe.
Yes.
The mug looks good.
Right.
Yes.
The face card is always stamped.
I don't know what it is. I just cannot connect to Elecktra at all.
You know, I think we just have like a lovely group of girls. Like, it's a great lineup of these queens.
Yes.
You know, Fontana brings out like the energy and all of this like rambunctiousness because, you know, the Brazilian girls know how to get down. South American girls know how to get down. Excuse me for a sec. It's fashion. When it comes to Vanity Vane, you don't know what she's gonna bring to the runway.
Wait, do you mind if I interrupt a bit? So going into this season, I think I feel like it might be much like other viewers as well. But Vanity, I actually knew of Vanity Vane's like work and stuff for the show. Mainly because I thought she was a different queen with the same name in Toronto. Not Vanity Vane, but like their first name was Vanity at the time.
A lot of vanities.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can never expect what you could get out of Vanity Vane. It could either be a hit or a miss. It all depends on what the runway is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that make Admira Thunderpussy, but there's just this low extra oomph that makes it the Admira Thunderpussy experience, and it makes her the mother that she is. Antonina, she may not have the best looks, but she has a great personality. She's very goofy. You know, she brings a certain energy to the room. Elecktra is a legend amongst her peers. Elecktra has done lots of amazing work. However,
very hot
out of drag. However, a seamstress you are not.
Mm-mm.
And I think you've been heavily favored this entire season.
Ooh.
I mean, in terms of the looks, maybe not. Because then again, she was in the bottom the last time they had a design challenge. So,
and that was set up to send home Indigo, sadly.
Yeah, you're right about that. But yeah, no. Back to this look, I'm like, I like what's going on from the neck up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you put a jacket over Perfecta, but is there?
I'm gonna be right back.
Just it's the jacket for me. I just don't get it. Why?
And
Why?
I get that Electra's trying to go for this like showgirl moment. And yes, I do see it. The fringe is too thick though, and I know that that's probably to fit kind of those rhinestones, but again, I don't like it.
I like Elecktra, but the looks, being a seamstress is not her thing, and that's okay. Fuchs admitted it herself. She don't sew.
Yeah. Scores?
Only because they both look good from the neck up. A 20.
Oh.
Oof.
Neck up alone. 30.
I'm gonna give it a 45.
Okay, I feel bad.
I'm feeling generous today.
I feel bad. I was in my congenial era until I gave that whole Lex monologue.
No, it's okay. I get my bitchy. I've been in my bitchy era.
Fontana and Roxana.
Finally. We
Finally. Wow. Yes. Come on, hand performance. Yes. Come on, hand performance.
Why did that look so good?
Oh my goodness.
Finally.
Everything. Period. Boom. She did that.
Overflowing.
And you know who also did that? Fontana.
Yep. Overflowing. Period. Done. I mean,
but we can get into more discussion. We finally have a bitch doing the shining look because it's been planned how many times now?
A couple. There were definitely a couple queens who have done this. I think specifically on the US.
I know Denali and Olivia were planning on doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is so spectacularly done. It's so simple, but it's so well done. I think the big thing too is like, and Fuchs even brings it up. It's like Roxana was wearing shorter shoes, and so Fontana modified her performance of the look to match Roxana's energy, and I thought that was like one of the biggest points here. I mean, the makeover is perfect. The looks are phenomenal. The performance of the looks were phenomenal. Period.
Yes.
Yeah. Antonina Nutshell could never.
Ooh!
Antonina Nutshell did the thing.
Viola Davis, my woman king.
Yeah, I mean,
this. Yeah,
it's so fucking good.
I think basically everything that I want to say, like you have already said, like copy paste. Like, looks may be simple, but it's well done. It could use a bit more steam, but then again, the shining look was a bit wrinkled too.
True. It was an intentional choice, Sam.
We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with an intentional choice.
An intentional choice.
But I love it less.
Yeah. Overflowing for everybody?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's that on that. We get the results. We find out that the top two of the week are Fontana and Vanity, with a bottom three of Antonina, Admira, and Elecktra. Did anybody watch Untucked? Because I didn't.
I did, but I can't remember the stuff.
Great. So we're just not going to cover Untucked for 2 weeks in a row.
I'll watch Untucked at some point.
Yeah.
I've seen every episode of Untucked, but it's like I've dozed off.
Work. And then we get results, and we find out. Nope, wrong one. Fontana wins!
It's a killer.
She is a top 4 queen. Top 4.
And she finally gets a little picture on the little hall thing. Finally.
We have had 5 different winners out of 6 episodes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Wild.
It's very wild.
Wild. So yes, Fontana wins. Vanity is high. And Admira Thunderpussy is low, meaning that our bottom 2 is Antonina and Elecktra. I agreed.
I have to. Yeah, I agree.
I agree as well.
So they lip sync to Emergency by Icona Pop.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm starting to learn that more artists are Swedish because like the only Swedish artists I know is like Robin, Zara Larsson, ABBA, and then the Eurovision people now.
Yeah.
All of the Swedish peoples.
All the Swedish peoples.
All the sweetest peoples.
What do we think of
What
this
did
lip
we-
sync?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did we think of this lip sync?
I'm so sorry.
You're fine, babes.
Yeah.
Can I say something controversial yet brave?
Go ahead.
I think Antonina won this lip sync.
I kind of
Well,
thought,
you know
I
what?
kind of thought this was a double save.
I don't. Okay, I have no idea why I'm on the fence about it, because I thought I enjoyed the 2 different approaches. And I know that kind of Elecktra was going for like the more comedic route and the more kind of wittier route. Meanwhile, Antonina is kind of
Was that what she was trying to do?
I don't remember. I'm gonna. But I mean, I got the judges like laughing and gagging. So I mean, I guess it works according to the edit.
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly, it was just one of those things where it didn't really matter what Elecktra did.
She was staying.
She was saying,
Yeah, because Antonina hasn't been doing the best.
I found Electra's performance to be very one note and repetitive. And at least Antonina had energy, brought the humor, kind of gave a more fully formed performance. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, do believe that Antonina won this lip sync for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could agree. Yeah. But I do enjoy that Electra still here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
unfortunately- yeah.
it was her time.
It was
Again.
good time.
I
Like
haven't.
it's
Oh, hold on.
I'm so sorry.
No, you are fine. It's my mistake. I hadn't updated the eliminated banner.
Oh,
Again.
I felt it's giving brigading.
It is giving brigading.
This was sad.
That's sad. I
But
feel, oh
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I mean, well, finally, for once, we know what's happening next week.
I know. I was gonna say
We
we
have an
know what the
acting
challenge
challenge,
is.
and we have an acting challenge, and we're gonna get help from an award-winning director, Shima Nirvani. And apparently, we're gonna have to look out because there is something dark that's gonna be mentioned in the workroom.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Work, Diva.
It's the
Well-
last episode before the finale.
We have a top 4 of Admira Thunderpussy, Elecktra, Fontana, and Vanity Vane. Who do we think is going to be the top 3?
Admira has to be there.
Yes.
I want Fontana to be there.
Yeah.
And between Elecktra and Vanity, I think I want Vanity there.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Definitely Admira, Fontana, and Elektra. Because I can't seem to connect with Vanity.
I think I'm going to agree with you, Will. I would like it to be Admira, Elecktra, Fontana. I do fear that they're going to send Fontana home.
I think so. I feel like that's gonna happen too. I don't know.
Because everyone has a
Definitely not.
win. Admira has 2 wins, and everyone's been in the bottom except for Admira. So unless Admira flops, which I don't see that happening, I feel like they're gonna put Vanity in the top 3 because of how they've talked about her throughout the season, and they've been like, "You're on such an upward trajectory."
But this ain't
In
impossible
reality,
for
the person
girls.
who's on an upward trajectory is Fontana. I'm still mad she wasn't in the top for the fucking talent show.
I'm
They're-
also. I
they're
thought she
pushing
should have been at the
Vanity.
top of that too.
They're
Like,
pushing Vanity at this point, and I'm tired.
and that's why I think it's probably going to be Vanity over Fontana in the top, and I'm annoyed about it. But we shall see. We will be back next week to talk about episode 7, the penultimate episode of Drag Race Sverige. Sverige. So make sure to check out all of our Sverige content so far, as well as our international drag race, our domestic drag race, and everything else in between. And in the interim, also make sure to subscribe, like, share, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your coworkers, tell your aunt. Go tell your aunt today that we exist.
Call your girlfriend.
Call your girlfriend. It's time you had the talk. Give your reasons. Say it's not your fault, but you just met somebody new. Cheers.
Cheers.
Waterloo.
Not Waterloo!
Whoa.
Waterloo. Not me forgetting the words.